You see the slide come up? Can you put thumbs up? You see the slide come up? Yes. Okay, thank you. So, as I mentioned at the beginning of the program today, we will go back more than 2,500 years. Yeah. Asalaha Busha Day. Yeah, I just realized from some observation today that it's not only Buddhists, also among Hindu and Brahmin friends around the world right now, they celebrate, they call Guru also on this day, and Asalaha Busha Day. This full moon is called Asalaha Busha Day, full moon in the month of Asalaha. So Asalaha, this is ancient term to call the month in those time. Yeah, it's like a June or July in Gregorian calendar. So in the old days, in those time, even before Buddhism start, they look at the lunar calendar. They see the moon and they call the name of each month. So in the Buddha time, when Buddha taught the first group of the monk is on the month of Asalaha. Yeah, so they call Asalaha Busha Day. Yeah, Asalaha is the name of the month. What about Busha? The term Busha, also Pali, is mean to honor or to celebrate. So it's a day to celebrate in the month of Asalaha. Yeah, that's the actual meaning. And what they celebrate, they celebrate two main things on that occasion. You know, the celebration is the main purpose to make us feel inspired, feel motivated to practice stronger or longer, you know, and then help more people. They celebrate Dhammajak and also Sangha. Yeah, I will also show you a bit about the Dhammajak because of today very important. The middle way start today also 1,000 years ago in Dhammajak, and we spend more time discussing Sangha. For Dhammajak, because Buddha he is enlightened and only one, and then in his deep meditation he see that wow, this knowledge not will not only benefit me, will benefit humanity, and for sure not only Buddhists. He knew that this is the Dhamma. Yeah, with Dhamma mean truth, mean nature. Like, oh, now I found the true nature of human suffering. Then this could be the path. Anyone can get themselves out from suffering. So we call in Pali Dhamma Jakka Kappa Vattana Sutta. Yeah, a bit long, but that is actually written in Pali Canon. Dhamma Jakka Kappa Vattana Sutta. Yeah, so I link the color with the meaning. Yeah, Dhamma is Dhamma mean truth. Jakka mean the wheel. Yeah, something that can move the wheel. Kappa Vattana. Yeah, it means setting in motion like a make it move. And then Sutta mean a discourse. So on this particular day, Buddha for the very first time teach or taught this Dhammacakka Kappavatana Sutta. It's like he moved the wheel. He rolled the wheel, like the wheel start to move on that day. Yeah, very important. And this is a symbol. Yeah, this is a symbol to recognize the wheel, the chakra, and that will roll, continue. Yeah, and they call this a Buddhist holy site. Actually, there are 4 spots, and that if anyone would like to be inspired, they will visit the place. There is the Lumbini, where he was born in Nepal, and another 3 in India. The second spot called Buddhagaya, that's where he enlightened. The third spot, this place, Saranath, the place of the first teaching of the Buddha. And the last one is Kushinara, that where he passed away. At Saranath, so they make a stupa, yeah, from the historical evidence. So they believe this is the actual spot where Buddha sat down and then taught the first 5 disciples. And they consider Dhammacakka very important. Yeah, it's called as Dhamma Constitution, like a, um, it's not too long. Yeah, in Pali, cannot around 4 or 5 pages, but it considered the main teaching of the Buddha. Yeah, any teaching after that day will link back to this Dhamma Constitution, the very first one. And the main message is this: monks, these 2 extremes should not be followed by the one who has gone forth from worldly life. What to the pursuit of sensual indulgence and the pursuit of self-multiplication, without veering toward either of these extremes. The Tathagata, which means the Buddha himself, it means the one who has gone forth, yeah, to nirvana, has awakened to the middle way, which gives right to vision and knowledge, which leads to peace, direct knowledge, enlightenment, and nirvana, the Buddha. Yeah, this message is old, but is timeless, akaliko. Yeah, we still see that some people nowadays, extreme. Yeah, some might just with the money, greedy, and yeah, don't care about other people. And some might have their view to teach or to share to other people, but the way they do it sometimes is not peaceful. It's kind of violence, or we need the middle way. Yeah, we need the middle way, and it's not only among human, but with the Mother Earth. Yeah, we see the unprecedented natural phenomena right now around the world. Never see so much like this. As far as I'm aware, that this maybe it's happened before, but if in any knowledge that I know, oh, now the flood, the fire, everything is coming in the big scale. So in Dhammacakka, the main message is this: the Four Noble Truths. That the main purpose of Buddha teaching is how we can find more happiness and fulfillment in life, and how we kind of decrease and try to make it not expand too much. Suffering, dukkha. And the cause of suffering is samudaya. He talked about this 4 factor: suffering, the cause of suffering, dukkha, samudaya, nirodha, the cessation of suffering, the end, and then the path to the cessation of suffering called magga. Yeah, so that's some brief explanation that Asalahan Buddha, they celebrate Dhammacakka, that, oh, without that day, we will not have this moment to learn Buddha teaching and live a happier life. And then the second thing, they celebrate Sangha. You remember this, right? Yeah, this is the first day I taught at CMC. And we here we did Sangha, right? I will explain to you that when I heard this by Western teacher called this Sangha. At first, I'm a bit curious. I will tell you why. And then we have another Sangha at 99th Street, right? I think there will be more Sangha in Manhattan in different places. This is the first day that from just an idea that, oh, we should share the middle way meditation with more deepen the practice into silent to other people. And when COVID hit us, we move our Sangha to online. So it's online Sangha continue. Yeah. The tools change, the spirit still the same. Come together, help each other. And I would like to share with you this interesting information. The original meaning of Sangha, in Pali language, Sangha means association, assembly, or community. And from my recent research, this term is used not only in Buddhist, and many spiritual traditions in India in those days use the Sangha, which means come together in different contexts. Yeah, so some Hindu friends, some Brahmin friends, and there's more. They use Sangha also. In Theravada school, yeah, I'm from Theravada school, like a sometimes we call Orthodox Buddhism. Yeah, because Theravada, Thera mean the senior, Vada mean the saying. Yeah, it is saying of senior. From the moment Buddha passed away, there are 500 senior. Yeah, I will show you the picture later. They gather and keep the Pali canon for us. It's the oral tradition first and then continue. So in the old school, Sangha refer to the monastic only. Yeah, in the old school, Sangha refer to the monastic community of bhikkhu, which means monks, bhikkhunis, nuns. And this community are traditionally referred to as bhikkhu Sangha or bhikkhuni Sangha. Yeah, this is original meaning Sangha. Yeah, just the one who renounce worldly life and then become monk. Even bhikkhu, a man, and then bhikkhuni, a woman who become like a nun. And in the Theravada school, the term Sangha does not refer to the community of Savaka. Yeah, that is the reason that the first day when I was at CMC and then I heard that, oh, this is our Sangha. I'm a bit curious. Oh, what's that? Because Sangha in Thailand does not include the lay people. They have another term to call those uh, Buddhists or non-Buddhists who practice Buddha teaching called Savaka. You see another term? Savaka, S-A-V-A-K-A, Savaka. The S that's for plural. Lay follower. Yeah, so Sangha in Thera school not include the lay follower, nor the community of Buddhists as a whole. However, in Mahayana tradition, which come later, yeah, use the term Sangha the way we use right now in American Buddhism, that also include Buddhists, just monastic or lay Buddhist or Sangha. Yeah, we do have in Theravada teaching the term to call all, right? Parisa. Yeah, the larger Buddhist community. Parisa in Thera school will include both Sangha and Savaka. Can you follow me? Yeah, Parisa will be both monastic and non-monastic. Yeah, this we call four parisa: the monks, the nun, the layman, and the lay woman who taken the three refuge. Yeah, which is Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. Hmm. I hope it's not complicated for you. It's simple. If you can follow me that, oh, now, today, apart from Sangha, now you learn another two Pali term, Savaka, they follow, and then Parisa, yeah, which there are four, two Sangha and two Savaka in Theravada meaning. But I recommend that if you go CMC or anywhere in Manhattan, just use Sangha for all, it's fine. We understand it. Yeah, but because I'm Theravada monk, so I share with you. This is original form. Yeah, so until this moment, if you get the idea of Parisa, that there are four to Sangha to Savaka, can you type number 4 in the chat? Yeah, so I know that you're still on the same page with me. Yeah, just type number 4. Thank you. Yeah, this is the it kind of painting, the picture that try to recall the original. This is the beginning of Sangha. When we look back and see how Buddha teaching expand around the world among Buddhists and non-Buddhists, this is amazing, right? Just from 5 people. This is also quite personal that on the day that I met my teacher to start the idea of the Middle Way Meditation Institute, not as a religious teaching, but education. We also 5 people meeting with my teacher. Yeah, 1 monk and then 4 lay teacher. And my teacher mentioned that, oh, now we start like the time of the Buddha. And will be a good sign. And then he said, less is more. This is not too big, but it will grow. And I see it grow. Yeah, from the first 5. And on that day, when Buddha gave the middle way teaching to the first 5, there's only one who we regard as the true Sangha, Venerable Gotanya. Okay, reflect back again. At this moment, these 5 we call ascetics or hermit, they're not Buddhists yet. They are Brahmin, Brahmin priests or what a name to call them, ascetic. So they are Sangha in the context of Brahmanism or Hinduism, like a assembly or a group, something like that. But once Gotanya listened to the all 5 listen to the Buddha, but Gotanya is the more experienced one. He actually the Brahmin. If you remember Buddha teaching, a Buddha life story, that when he was born, there's a many Brahmin come and then give a prophecy that, oh, he might become the great emperor or the great Buddha. And then the youngest Brahmin on that day, named Gotanya, said, oh, from my meditation, he has only one destiny. You become Buddha. Not the great emperor. And that made his father, the king Suttotana, concerned that, oh, Gotanya, why you said my son will not become a great emperor, just a Buddha. And that youngest Brahmin on that day keep following Siddhartha since he was born until he get old. So the youngest Brahmin become the oldest Brahmin on that day. Yeah, you see how beautiful the Sangha that he really search and look for enlightenment, and then he keep following Siddhartha that one day, and finally his wish fulfilled. He become the first Sangha, Yeah, and that is the completion of the triple gem. Buddha, self-enlightened teacher. Dharma is teaching. Sangha, the monastic that follow Buddha Dharma. Yeah, this is very auspicious, awesome, how things integrated. Okay, I see the time. Okay. I think I will leave some more time that we can discuss about the Sangha and how we can uh, improve or expand the Sangha. Once you understand the origins of it, you can imagine further how we can really make Sangha strong and powerful. The importance of Sangha to humanity. So as I always share with you that Buddha himself doesn't care. You are Buddhist, you are not Buddhist. He enlightened and then, wow, this is the path that anyone can step in and live a better life. So he shared to all. And his first student, the five disciple, is non-Buddhist. Yeah, if you will like a like slow motion back to that moment, the first five students, they're not Buddhist. They are Brahmin. They follow Brahmanism. So he actually taught non-Buddhist friend, yeah, as a first group. Yeah, I think this is something wonderful and very interesting. It's for humanity, not only for Buddhists. Even when it starts, it's not no Buddhist, right? So it's just for anyone who look for the solution. With the Sangha, there are two main significant: the continuation of Buddha teaching in the first Sangha Council, and the second one, the continuation of Buddhist monastic teacher through ordination process. Okay, let's go one by one. The first one, what is that? I mentioned earlier that a chance to really learn what we are learning. Why? When Buddha gonna pass away, you know, this is like a picture that the great king and the senior monk come and they know Buddha gonna pass away. Then they concerned that, wow, your teaching is very good, very uplifting, and then can help people. Who will be your successor? And that's a common question, right? Who will lead after you gone? Who will lead? And Buddha, very wise and very peaceful, and then he said, I will not appoint any person to be my successor. Dhamma and Vinaya will be my successor. Wow, what is that? Dhamma means the truth. Vinaya means discipline. So he said, my teaching will be my successor. I think that's very interesting. Yeah, and thousands of years pass, right? And as we know, uh, human is not perfect and make mistake. So he didn't point out to particular person, but he point out to the software. He point out to the core principle that will not change. So what is why he separate between these two? Dhamma is what we learn is mainly uh, the step to practice, but Vinaya, which means discipline, is how it's like the governance part of Buddha teaching. Like oh, monk, you have this precept, and none of this precept, and how monk will be together in order. It's like the law for monastic order. Yeah, kind of, and it come together. Truth to be practiced, and then discipline to follow. Will be my successor. When Buddha passed away, this is the first Sangha Council of 500 Arahant, enlightened one, only led by Venerable Ananda. Yeah. Buddha passed away, and he said his teaching will be his successor. And then how come we will have his teaching as the successor? Vinoha Kassapa, which is the leading monk, you can see in the picture, there is 3 senior monks, right? And then another, I guess 497. So completed 500. And that time, there's no book, there's no paper yet. It's an oral tradition. They need to memorize what Buddha said. And this group of the monk remember this part. This group of the monk remember this part. I think it's amazing how they get all that teaching. So Viraha Kassapa is the most senior one. Actually, he was indirectly, assigned by the Buddha. Yeah, because Buddha share his the cloth. Yeah, one of the pieces the Buddha used give to Mahakassapa. So it's like a symbol that okay, this monk will take care of the Sangha. He's the leading monk, and then Vera Upali will be the main teacher to check the Vinaya. He's like an expert on the discipline. And then Vera Ananda, yeah, this name quite familiar, right? He assistant to the Buddha that will be the main who check the Dhamma and Vinaya. So, Vera Mahakassapa, I think what I study like a period, not one day. Yeah, and then Vera Asapa who said, who hear Buddha teaching and then share, and who hear Buddha teaching and share, and then Upali Ananda will be one to confirm, yes, Buddha said this, yes, Buddha said this, and then they gather into the section. Yeah, for sure, not by the books, but by oral tradition, just memorization. And the memory of enlightened one is amazing. And everything we read in the Pali Canon is from that memory and that they witness and learn from the Buddha directly. So from Sangha, that we are very grateful to that Sangha Council brought us Dhamma and Vinaya. Then it comes the second part that this is significant, that from the Vinaya, then it becomes a system because in Vinaya, Buddha explained, if anyone would like to become a monk, this is a step. So we use that Vinaya to create monastic community. And then the monastic community teach the lay people. Can you see the link? First Sangha Council, come Dhamma Vinaya. Dhamma Vinaya come Buddhist monastic teacher through ordination process. Monk Burin and many monks come out from that Vinaya. And today I just show you quickly. Yeah, this is the ordination ceremony is still open to all Buddhists, non-Buddhists, that they have a significant step that really uplifting. Like we need to dress in white color first and then shave the head. It's like look like a newborn. And I remember it feels so good that when the hairs fall down, it's like a let go anything from the past that make suffering or anything, just it's gone. Now I'm gonna start new. It's very symbolic but very uplifting. Then the preceptor, like the monks in the picture, will give the robe. But we take in my ordination, it take about 1 month. And in some program, it takes 2 weeks to prepare, like a settle down from the worldly life, and then dress in white, and then shave the hair. And once we ordain as a novice first on the same day. Yeah, if anyone less than 20 years old can only have we call like a initial ordination at novice that keep lower precept. And then if anyone more than 20 years old, we have like a full ordination we keep 227 discipline. Yeah. So become novice first, and then assistant. And the preceptor will send the assistant to come and check with the one who become a monk. We don't have, it's quite elaborate, in detail, but I don't have time to explain everything. But things happen in the Buddha time. So they set a certain question to make sure that, oh, this person is qualified and ready to be a monk. Yeah, like what? Like, are you human? Yeah, that's a term in Pali, manusosi. Because in the Buddha time, there's some not human disguise and want to become monks also. Interesting, right? And there's something more like, oh, you have the sickness that it's like a chronic that will not be strong enough to be a monk or not, something that, okay, we need to, uh, the types of disease that will spread widely among like a COVID-19 right now, is some example. So they have a certain question to address that thing that, okay, you are clean and then you are ready, then you can come in, something like that. Then after that question and answer, we'll enter in a modern day Sangha. They are 20, they need 20 months to sit there and then witness that, oh, this 3% will become a part of the triple gem. Very holy and very uh, good experience. So I share with you from 1,000 years ago to the modern day of Sangha, and it starts right there when the first Brahmin, 5 non-Buddhist friends learn from the Buddha, and Gotanya attained Dhamma eyes and become the first Sangha, and the triple gem, which is what we look up to for learning, for practicing, improve our life to the better quality, Buddha Dhamma Sangha on that day. Sadhu. Okay, that's the beginning of Sangha.